Okay, this battle came about with two things. One, a friend wanted me to challenge me using some Pokemon that I guess he thought was a little random and he wanted to see how they work together. And two, me just being too lazy to trade out my UU team to get my OU team out. So yeah, so we're gonna have some UU versus OU action going on here and see what happens. So I started off with my Domaniton. He started off with his Dragonite. I knew he was probably go for the stream speed. Domaniton's not that bulky. I'm gonna go into my Hitmontop, get that Intimidate off, take that extreme speed really well. He's gonna go to his Conqueror. I don't really like this. I'm kind of testing the waters here. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just traded out because this thing is pretty much something you don't want to mess with, and you can tell by that he's got the bulk up. Even though Close Combat did, hella damage, but another one would not kill him because of the bulk up and because leftovers putting him over half. But for some reason I decided to try again. So it's almost there. It's definitely in the red. He's just gonna drain punch and get all the energy back. I kind of wish I didn't do that. Hit my top could have been a lot helpful in half a way to check this thing. One being that it intimidates, and two that I can trade something else in and take a hit from it. But that bulk up is pretty scary. I'm gonna go ahead and hard switch, expecting a Mach Punch, knowing that Alakazam can more than likely live one and get a hit off. So he does. He lived a good amount of damage. So I'm definitely gonna take another one and get a fire off a Psychic. He expects this, and he's gonna go into his special defense monster, aka Blissey, aka what are you doing on here? Get off my screen. And Snidely Whiplash is just gonna make a retreat, and I'm gonna go into my Apollyon because Blissey can't do anything to Apollyon. Plus, I can use this time to get up my stuff rocks and yeah, try to get a burn on something if he wants to trade out. So I am going to get up my Steph Rocks, and he predicts that, and he's going to make that safe switch into Fortress. I don't know exactly what he's going to predict after this because I just go ahead and go for the Skull to see how much damage it does. I do get the burn, which is unfortunate for my opponent, but he's just going to vote switch. I guess he thought I would trade out or that I would Rapid Spin. I'm not sure what I would be afraid of. But since he does go last, he can get his Conqueror in at a safe switch. So that probably was what he was hoping for. Now I have to trade out again. I have to go back out to Hitmontop because it's the best thing to. It's Death Follow pretty much at this moment. At the health it is, it can survive the Steph Rocks, get an Intimidate off, and then dodge a Drain Punch, and then I can do a hard switch to I should have went to Alakazam, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't, because I should have just scared this thing out again. But now he's fearing the Sleep Powder, and he's going to switch back to the Fortress, which is Burn. Of course, he won't get the Sleep Powder. So that was a smart play on his move. It was a smart move on his side. But I do pack the HP Fire, so I'm going to be able to take that Fortress out, and he's not going to be able to get up any Steph Rocks or any hazards other than the step. Wait, he got Steph Rocks up. He's not going to be able to get any more hazards up. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, he's going to go to Zapdos. I'm not exactly sure what this thing is going to do. If it was a more defensive Zapdos, I can definitely take this Heat Wave, but it is not because I die. Tuxedo Mask, why do you feel me? So he shows that he got the Life Orb, so I was going to live with that anyway. I'm like, oh, no. So I'm just gonna scare him out with a Psychic again. He's gonna go into Blissey. I'm like, I know this is predictable, but if I could get like a defense drop or a crit, then this Blissey is not as then this Blissey doesn't wall me as well as it should. But he's just gonna set the wish. It's gonna switch. I might stay in Psychic, and even if I did get a crit, it wouldn't kill him. But I'm gonna go switch into my Domaniton Rampage. I'm gonna lock myself into that Flare Blitz. He gets his wish and he sees it coming, and so he's gonna go into the best thing that they can take it, and that is his Rotom Wash. Unfortunately for him, I am not Scarf but Bandit, so this Flare Blitz is gonna just destrolish this Rotom Wash, and this is something I really love to see because I hate Rotom Wash, and Northern Antivirus is trying to troll me while I narrate this video. Look at that, this thing lives with like 11 HP or something. Not even that. It had to be single digits. So I figured that he was Scarf. He doesn't want to trade out because he would die in the entry hazards. You can't Rapid Spin him because his Fortress is dead, so he's going to lock himself in the move. The best move to lock himself into was Hydro Pump, and Empoleon can take those for days. So I'm just going to ward out. It's going to die the next time it comes in. And unfortunately, I wore down to Zapdos. So, it does take some damage from Steph Rocks, but there's nothing Napoleon can do to take that thing out in one hit. And it is faster, so all he has to do is roost, and he'd be back in good health. So that's what he does. He's just gonna roost. I go to my fly gun. Not sure exactly if this thing would be more specially defensive or physically defensive. I think it's naturally more specially defensive, but I'm just going to go to fly gun. I'm just gonna. I was gonna trade out, but he did the smart move and he sacks his Roland Wash. That gives him switch advantage because he dies on the way in, and then I have to pick a Pokemon, and then he gets to pick a Pokemon, and I'm like, oh god, this wasn't good. So I don't have anything that really wants to take a Drain Punch at all. So that's why the main threat on this team, from this team, was Conqueror, because it just the sheer power from it and the potential to just sweep my whole team. I do have the Alakazam, and that is a severe check to him. I know a Mark Punch won't kill me, even if he crit it. Well, maybe if he crit it, I don't know. But Psychic, and I'm hoping that he dies. And just happened to take him out in one hit. I don't think he was especially defensive. I don't think he invested in special defense, so that's why that took him out. So he's gonna come out with Dragonite. I know the Stream Speed is coming. I could trade out to Flygon, but I figured something that's not locked in one move would be more helpful. So I was hoping he'd try to stay in and maybe outspeed me or just Stream Speed me to get some damage. But he's gonna switch into Blissey, which is a smart move. Unfortunately for him, I am a mix Flygon, so I do pack the Earthquake, and I am not afraid to use it. So this is going to be a 2-hit KO from that range of health. If he was at full health, God be with me, because Arceus be with me, because this would not be any good at all. But he just goes for the Sanction Toss. He didn't go for the Wish, and I'm able to take him out with the second Earthquake. And unfortunately, Flygon was my best bet against Dragonite, but look at that health. That's not going to survive at E-Speed, and he's actually going to be able to finish me off, both my Pokemon with E-Speeds, being Flygon and Darmanitan, you know, due to rocks damage and it being not really a bulky Pokemon. So, like I said, this is a good game, and this is indeed how you troll a doctor. You bring a UU team to OU battle. So I had fun anyway. I hope you enjoy, and go check out my opponent, Dr. Shenanigans 777. Oh, by the way, I was, saving some Pokemon that I want to come from 4th gen to 5th gen that I have used in 4th gen. And I was looking at Cacturn, and I never realized that Cacturn base attack and special attack was 115, which is pretty high, given that the other stats suck. But that just proves that Cacturn attack ain't nothing to mess with. Ooh. And that was for Evan, my boy Evan. So like that, we out.